What's going on, everyone? So I just got caught up with some recent drama, and I guess you could say just if you guys have seen this, you know what I mean. What's the word can we say for this guy? Uh, well, let's. I think Sonny broke his heart, so what he has to do is it's healing, but you have to make sure it's on. See, when you have the light on and all that, the PlayStation Energy will only heal ponies, though. Just remember that. So all of you, sorry, it doesn't work like a Power Ranger, any Dragon Ball power-ups or that. But the ponies, they get like this special like healing effect that Sony put in there for all of them. And this guy's gonna need it in this video, and we're gonna find out. Are we ready? And then you're gonna see what Klutzy has to say about him as well in this video, because I was recently checking out his, and then I ran into some stuff. So I'm like, okay, let's get to this. All right, so guys, yeah, this is a interesting one. Are we ready here? Seriously. All right. So he says, I'm proud to announce that PlayStation will be my last console. I don't care to argue this or turn it into a movement. The move to put Helldivers 2 on Xbox is absolutely vile. If PlayStation is third party, then PlayStation is dead. Bro, no, man. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. What world is this guy living in? 90 something percent of the success, and it always has been this way, has been third party. People on right now are for third party. Sony has always been an open third party platform with a lot of money hats and some exclusives here and there. Helldivers 2 already got what it needed, right? You see what I mean? It doesn't hurt to put it over there for the live service game. This is live service, it's a different scenario. Could single player games happen? Like I said, I mean, that's a much lower chance than this, but we have to see. And this is also a test. Like I told people, y'all have to go and support this game. But are we ready for this? Let's see what this guy says right here. But yeah, this guy, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
It's been a while since I've done this. Hey, listen, in light of the recent news that PlayStation is going to take their games to Xbox with Helldivers 2, right? At least to begin with, I would like to announce proudly that the PlayStation 5, okay, over there, see, oh my goodness, look at that beautiful console. The PlayStation 5 is going to be my last PlayStation console. That's it. From this point on, this will be my last console. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the PlayStation 5 Pro just to kind of give you that last hooray. But even if I do.
So you see, he was in love with Sony. Sony's broke his heart. I have something real quick. Hold on, y'all. Watch this. You know, he said that's a beautiful console. Well, I found something very interesting for y'all earlier. Oh, y'all ready? I had to make it a surprise here. Here, man. It is a beautiful console, isn't it? I know you guys love this. I found it and I had to grab it, but I don't think he feels this way about Sony anymore. I think it's gonna be hard for him not to, you know, go that way. 'Cause that's saying a lot. But he no longer feels that way.
That's going to be much later down the line. This will be my last console. Listen, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how much business sense this might make. I don't care about the time of this or that or, oh my God, it's been a year. I don't give a fuck. What I give a fuck about is exclusivity. Because
I respect that honesty. I'm not mad at him for that because that does matter. But what I think he doesn't understand is that Sony has told you that a long time ago, bro, with PC. It's not gonna hurt them at all by going to Xbox. Sure, was it a slimy move to put that out right after what they did to try to distract people, like a little ding, hey, come over here, you know what I mean? Yeah, of course I get that. That was gonna happen regardless, but outside of Nintendo, Sony is the only one with exclusives like that in the console sense. You know what I mean? There's still plenty, bros. Money hats, stuff all over. You're fine. It's not going to hurt you. Just keep enjoying what you're enjoying. You're still going to get plenty of that years down the line. But I just find it funny. I don't understand why this is a big deal. This just cracks me up. He's cussing them out and everything. Guys, this is too funny to me. I'm in a chill mood right now and I had to do this, but I think this is the best way because this is a popcorn enjoyment video for me.
Because when you create a hardware platform, I need to believe and trust that the games you're going to make yourself are going to take full advantage of the specifications and the capabilities you have built into that box.
Dude, when they made the game, that's what they did when it was exclusive. What do you think they were designing for Xbox around that time? Or you want to make up some excuse and say they were limited by Series S? No, bro. It was specifically designed for PlayStation, and it was made. And then they did the PC aspect. And then now they took the port team, Nixus, who did most PC ports for Sony, and they're doing an Xbox port from the PlayStation from the ground up design. And they're scaling it to the Series S and the X. So this is what I mean. If an exclusive is designed so good and the engine is so good, it can scale to anything. That right there doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So he has it all wrong in that sense. That would have mattered if you would have said we're including the Xbox version in the development before the game launched. Then it's like, okay, but once you did that, it was finished, designed around it. So yeah, that's irrelevant.
If you are now a third-party developer, and that's what they are, a third-party publisher now, then you have no obligation, or rather, you have the obligation to make sure that every single project that you greenlight is going to be able to run on all available platforms. That's what's going to happen, right? So listen, I didn't buy a PlayStation to have a third-party box. No, I could have stuck with my PC. I already had a PC. I didn't buy a PlayStation.
So do I. You know what I mean? I'm on my PC right now recording. You know what I mean? And my PlayStation's all right there. You know what I mean? I'm going to have it for the games that I know I don't want to wait on. That's the point. You know what I mean? So sometimes you may be having to wait like almost damn 2 years for some of those games. That's a long time. No, I'm just going to get the experience. But if I feel like I'm going to wait for it to get on my PC, I will. You know? And that's what I've been struggling with a tug of war in my head with Death Stranding 2. The whole time I was like, man, I could have had that day one on PlayStation 5 playing it right now, beating it, streaming. I was like, man, or should I wait on the PC version? And I'm just like, but I still want to play because I beat part 1. And I have to play part 2. But yeah, this is funny. Let's get back to this.
To be stuck to the level of performance or creative capability of an Xbox Series S. If I had wanted the Series S, I would have bought the Series S.
He's blaming the Series S for this, bro. What does that have to do? Like I told you, they finished the development of the game already on PlayStation. Now they're just porting it over there. Why is he bringing up the Series S as if it's making the game lesser? When really, the game is already done, bro. Everybody had their experience, and now they're just trying to get a boost up from the Xbox community. Get the extra money, and they can enjoy an amazing game. So, yeah, I mean, this stuff right here he's saying is irrelevant.
But I didn't because that didn't interest me. But now the games that PlayStation is going to be making are going to have to run on the Xbox Series S. That is a downgrade of epic proportions. And you know what? Forget about the fact that this is live service. What makes you think that single player is sacred? Single player will be put on Xbox too.
That I don't know. We'll see, though. I can't deny. But I will tell you that is a much lesser chance of happening than live service. Live service went day and date to PC. You know what I mean? If PC's not getting, day and date single player, it's not going to happen. That type of stuff is not happening. That's what you don't understand. Now, maybe some possibly old stuff. Yeah, that's a possibility. We'll see. And I wouldn't care. You know what I mean? It doesn't affect me. I already have my experiences. You know what I mean? It's not bad for other gamers to get other gaming experiences if they want to allow it. Because if they say we allow it, and then you see people coming and rebelling against it, it's like, bro, the company that you supported is saying that it's okay now because you guys already have had everything out of it. It's a live service game. They're trying to keep that alive because Sony cares a lot about live service. They need some live service spark. You see what I mean? That's what people are not seeing in all of this. They want some type of positivity with live service. They're just not getting it at the moment. You don't have to read too deep into this. Let's deal with this first. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about all this other stuff. Bro, it's not here yet. Let's see and focus on this first if you're intelligent and say, we need to support this so we can get more in an easier manner in case if they feel like blocking other stuff. It's only going to be what Sony allows. Since they've seen these hands already, Sony could come in and say, hey, I'm going to put some of these on here and basically kill off that vibe before they launch the next one. You never know how they could strategize. That's why I said you don't know their hand fully yet. We have to see more. But first, let's deal with this game and then see how the whole thing plays out. These guys are jumping too ahead, too crazy because they're too emotional about Sony. I understand, you know what I mean? You're not wrong because you feel that way. You know what I mean? The way that people have feelings for certain things, I'm like, hey, man, that's just the way you had feelings. You didn't say they make me be born this way and create me this way to have these type of feelings. You know what I mean? I'm not going to beat that down. But some of the stuff he's saying, I'm like, dude, no, but it is funny to laugh at, though.
Listen, it is what it is. This will be my last PlayStation. Thank you, Herman Souls. Thank you, Hiroki Totoki. Thank you all for fucking up the brand. Well done. Fuck off.
Bro, you know what's so funny? That he doesn't mention anything about Jim Ryan. And this whole time he's been okay with PlayStation. Except when this happened. Man, what's wrong with you, bro? No. Yeah, that's why we had to do this. Oh, uh-oh. Yeah, oh. Hold on. Let's see what Klutzy has to say here. This is going to be a good video.
And now he is absolutely distraught, and even saying distraught might not fully describe it, because he posted this tweet: I'm proud to announce that the PlayStation 5 will be my last console. I don't care to argue this or turn it into a movement. The move to put out Helldivers 2 on Xbox is absolutely vile. If PlayStation is third party, then PlayStation is dead. Hashtag PlayStation is dead. And then posts a 2-minute long video talking about it with that. Dude, this is a grown-ass man. What is wrong with you people? So what are you gonna do then? Are you gonna go to the Switch, or do you mean it's your last console and that you're not buying any consoles in the future? So will you go to PC? But that can't be right, because you said PC gamers are terrible people. So are you just leaving gaming as a whole? Because if so, that honestly wouldn't be a terrible thing. That might sound harsh, but remember, this dude is absurdly toxic and he just hates PC gamers for no good reason. So see ya. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, or do. I don't know. Do you guys think that there's like a door hitting you in the butt fetish or something? I don't know why I said that. People are into getting spanked, of course it's a thing. Anyway, now let's take a look at that generic Eric, and he had 3 different tweets. First of all, he responded to MBG's tweet talking about this, and he said, this is a crime against humanity. Then he responded to Zubitech's tweet.
Oh, the generic Eric. Oh boy, why am I not surprised?
And said, what an atrocity. And finally, Japan Hates Xbox said, the most useless studio at PlayStation gets even worse. Holy hell, is this an insult or what? And then...
Oh, am I not surprised? Why did I not search for that idiot? Of course they say some things like this. It's not that big of a deal, guys. It fits in that universe and in that ecosystem. In a dude bro shooter world, where things blew up off of Gears and Halo, you know, and stuff like that, and Call of Duty. It fits the world. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a smart business move. Get over it and grow up and get out of your toddler pants, as I tell people.
Eric replies again and says, this is a hate crime against Sony. Can we please, like, classify fanboyism as a mental illness? Because when it goes to this extent, to the point where you're calling it a hate crime that other people get to play video games, I think you're just too far gone. And calling this a hate crime against Sony, dude, who do you think decided to put this game on Xbox?
It's what I was saying earlier in the video. They want to do this.
Who do you think is the publisher for this game on Xbox?
Just like with what's-his-face, JTech or whatever, went off. And you're not with me if you support PlayStation games on PC. It's like, but that's what Sony wants! It's another Pony Delirium case again, if you get what I mean, where it's like, you once again are going against a brand that you care about. But their decisions that they do, you're saying you don't want them to do that, and it's not in their best interest. But I think they know what's in their best interest. from a business standpoint, not from a fanboy standpoint. So, yeah, you just have to understand that.
Xbox, because it ain't Nix's, it ain't Arrowhead, that's right, it's Sony. And the thing is, for anybody thinking he's being hyperbolic, he's not. Eric is legitimately like this. Always has been, always will be. He unironically seems a game going to Xbox as an atrocity and a crime against humanity. Like, Jesus Christ, dude, go outside and get some perspective. Do you know how perfect the world would have to be for this to be classified as a crime against humanity? Certainly more perfect than it is right now. Just for perspective, a lot of these guys that I'm talking about here are double my age. I'm 21. A lot of these guys are in their 40s. That's not me flexing and saying, oh, look how mature I am. It just puts into perspective that age doesn't equal maturity. I mean,
100%.
Hell, I would know. My humor peaked when I was like 7. I still think farts are funny. Alright, now we're gonna look at some replies to that initial tweet I showed announcing that the game was coming to Xbox. Alright, first off, I feel obligated to put this one in here. PS5 owners are now treated like black people in 1939 USA. We are now second-class gamers and Sony doesn't care about us anymore. Just like black people had to give up their civil rights, we PS gamers are having to forfeit our exclusives. Now, before anybody says anything, don't go and comment yet. Yes, I know this is a copy pasta. I just knew that if I didn't put this in the video, I was gonna get a million comments talking about why I didn't include this one. So there you go. Alright, now on to some actual people complaining. This is not the way. The way to what? Because this is the way to free money, last I checked. Ports are inexpensive, and despite what people say, Xbox gamers do in fact buy games. At least, you know, when they're good. So yeah, I don't know what way you're talking about, but I'm sure the multi-billion-dollar business knows the way a bit better than you do. Next up, can't wait for 7 copies to be sold because Xbox players don't buy games.
This is where I say that your market is being tested. Dude, everybody knows most of the Xbox, community's on Game Pass, so it's like, yeah, I mean, can't expect that market to do anything crazy. It's like, if you understand that reality, there's no point of mocking, you know what I mean? It's just like, let's see how the expectations work in favor of one of the most favorable games that are online, and it is a live service launching there. I think it can do well in that community. Because like I said, it fits every demographic perfectly. So that's my thing on that. Let me know what you guys think about this. Once again, ponies, sit down. Man, y'all gotta learn how to act right, man. Stop embarrassing yourselves. For the gamers on PlayStation, yeah, you know what I mean? Y'all are awesome, you know what I mean? Same thing for on Xbox, PC, Nintendo. Y'all are just gaming. We're dealing with the special ones, you know. All right, y'all. Peace out. Have a great day. Later.